And as this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's talk about this Dak Prescott and the news that's rumbling around the globe from yours truly, Law Nation Sports. Happy Sunday to you, and you. Come on with it. Dak Prescott spoke about it, plus more. More and more. More and more. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm telling you, come on with it. Sharing is caring.
Ready? Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
What more do you want from me?
All right. And hold on with it. Hold on for me. Come on with it. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio's straight. Put a 1 in the chat also if you miss Law. To the nation, baby. And 1. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's something about that beat when it goes to that high part, and then it goes boom, 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 boom. You know, y'all know how it goes, man. Appreciate you, Cliff. Shout out to you, D'Angelo, Matt, Vlogs, man, and Mark. Appreciate you, and shout out to the Facebook community. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. Whenever you guys send a like, it goes on the screen. So I want to see everybody's name in here on the stream there. Also, be sure to join the membership, because that's how you get behind the scenes stuff and stuff that we've been doing over here on Cowboys side. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all as we climb this journey, as we continue to move and press forward, you know. But before we go further, I do know of the news, the breaking news earlier, that Karen Lacey took it upon his own self to take his life, right? And we all been down that road before with depressions. And I just want to let people know that when a dark cloud is around you, right, that you are not the only one that's going through it, right? And this kid fought his entire life to get to this stage. And, of course, we do know that, 4 or 5 months ago, there was a hit-and-run accident that happened, and that another family lost their lives due to the fact that Karen Lacey was in the car. And can you imagine going through that, of someone losing not just their career, but their mind, their psyche, and then hearing the news that people are reckless on the content and social media cycles, right? They are reckless. They will say crazy things. I received death threats for even supporting Dak Prescott, you know, and that's was 7 years ago, of course. So I can only imagine what Jace went through or what Tad went through. I'm not even of the brothership of the Prescotts, right? So people will do crazy things, and they said crazy things about Karen Lacey without having all of the facts, and you know, and they poison the mind. And what I posted here is isolation is the devil's playground, right? When you by yourself, it just seems as if though the room begins to talk to you, right? But what I want to know is, what I want to tell people is that there's a National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and all you have to do is dial 988, and then they're available for 24/7, right? And just put prayers together for the Lacey's family. I caught news that some of their family members, I didn't know that they follow Law Nation and everything. So we want and we hope all is well with the youth. You know, you just never know, right? That's just life and how it is. But moving forward and towards the Cowboys heading into a week and a half before things about to change, far as these NFL players getting drafted. There's finna be 32 young, youthful players that's anywhere between the age of 20 to 26, that these about to be 32 millionaires. Come on with it, shoot. They about to be rich. They about to have their own money, you know, and they got to make sure that their mindset is right on Thursday night. And on top of that, there will be a draft party brought to you by Law Nation Sports, AOC. We will be in Arlington. It will be a live viewing, a live session in front of a live audience. There will be many other draft parties. I guarantee you there will be many others. But I'm going to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to bet. I can bet you my bottom dollar. Nobody is going to have a better draft party.
Does it better.
They can really.
They can come closer than close.
Oh, yeah.
Original, they never will be. Nobody.
Shit. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a great time for your mind. We're going to have some surprise guests. We're going to have some good music, good food, hookah if you do that, and wings and things if you eat that, as well as the libation for the nation. You know, if you need some of that, we're going to have it all out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Does it better.
Not even the DallasCowboys.com draft party going to be like, oh, I ain't going to even lie, because you know, they can't do things that we do. Come on with it. Not to make the divisions of anything, but it's just for what it is. It's going to be entertaining. Yeah, it's going to be entertaining. Jeez. All right. Yeah. In front of a live audience, too, by the way. So you can come on up on stage and we have a great time. Cowboy Nation, we've been working tirelessly to get things going. Yeah, Mart says, Law, I need the reaction for each pick. Hey, I got you, man. Shoot, come on.
Take the money out, all of it.
All right, so let's get to this thing with Dak Prescott, what he said. And I appreciate everybody for jumping in. And do me a huge favor. While you in the building, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let people know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. Let me see if we can get to this point right here, because we really want to have a great time with this. Come on.
Are you the Slim Reaper? Tell us about the weight loss.
Slimothy, Slim Reaper, whatever you want to call me, but yeah, real slim. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually haven't really lost any weight. I'm about the same. Weight's just moved, building my legs back up, obviously from the hamstring. Might be leaner up top, but weight's the same. So,
all right. So the distribution of weight, you know, he probably, when we looked at Dak last year and the season before last, he was more heavier up top. He looks more linear built. You know, the distribution of weight is a real thing. You throw more from your legs, and it looks like his legs, believe it or not, is more proportion to his body. You know, it seems as if though, even though he may look 220, 215, 220-ish, right? The year before, he looked more like 235, 240-ish. So we'll see. Mobile Dak is a necessary thing. I think that the Cowboys should utilize Dak in some capacity. Not saying that he got to lower his shoulder and run like Josh Allen or somebody. Nah. I think that the weight shift will work out for him. Put cardio Dak in the chat. Come on with it.
Appreciate the interest.
It's all over social media. We've seen you throwing, and your body looks different.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the work that I've put into it. Unfortunately, I've been through this process of recovering from injuries before that. I embrace it. And I know that a better version of me is on the other side. And so that's just the way that I've approached this whole offseason, this whole rehab process. And in the sense of that, as I said, I've moved weight around more than I've lost weight. But I feel great. Getting very, very close to where I want to be.
Talking about the rehab process, the hamstring. Where are you with the hamstring?
Yeah, I'm getting close to where I want to be. I don't want to put a percentage on it. Know we've got team activities coming up. Imagine myself being involved in some sort, if not all. But then again, understanding my age, what I've went through is it's about getting to the fall and being my best in the fall. So not rushing anything, but I'm where I want to be.
No doubt. You don't want to rush it. Shout out to them on that. What I'm going to say here is I believe that the Cowboys got some type of organized team activity on Monday or Tuesday. Y'all can let me know in the chat. I think that they got something going on this week, whereas they just huddle together and like having communion, right? They're going to make sure that everybody is checked out right for the off-season program. Not to discourage anyone, right? Because I'm always of the opinion those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, right? And I embrace those who's on the pessimistic side, the optimistic side, or someone that's in the middle, that's just for what it is. Ain't that right, Steven? Right? Ain't that right, T-Mac? Shout out to you, T-Mac. Dak owns filthy, there's a reason why God made sidewalks, right? Let me know if y'all know the reason why. So you got to pick a side sometimes. The streets ain't made for anyone and everyone. And that's the reason why we got sidewalks. So sometimes you got to ride on the sidewalk because the streets ain't made for you. And that is what the Cowboys fandom is. Some people out there in the streets, some people on the side, some people looking way down yonder. But at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys, we going to forever get the best from everyone, right? And anyone. Come on with it.
Distribution, and I need to finish this my career on the next policy speaking about anything that happens because it's not going to be a year.
The hell he said.
I mean, I can't say it's about weight distribution. I don't know if I can lose weight in my thumb so it doesn't break when I hit it on a helmet. So in that case, it's about just being the best that I can be and getting healthy and making sure I'm healthy before I go into the season, that nothing continues to linger or make something bigger than it is. And at the end of the day, it's about manifesting. I'm a positive thought guy. Sorry I responded that way, but that's thinking negative, and that's some of us, and some of y'all got to get that out of our heads. It's about thinking positive and moving forward with faith. And so I'm looking forward to a healthy season and doing everything I can right now to put myself in that position.
No doubt. He's talking about his thumb hitting the helmet, and he was missing 4 or 5 games that season. I think that was 2022. How that thumb got bent all the way back. Oh, there was somebody that was inside that whiffed on the block. He no longer play on this team, but he wore number 20. If you go back and watch that tape, that's how important it is for if you're going to block inside, make sure you block. That's all I'm telling you. Don't whiff on these blocks, running backs. But destiny is destiny. As I play it at the beginning of all of my shows.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
It's here.
Or should I say,
I am. Shoot. So you can't dread it, run from it. Destiny, Let me know if y'all know a lady named Destiny. She gonna arrive all the same, regardless of it. Destiny will see you, and it will seek to find you, and it will arrive, right? And the timing of the moment will always be just that. For real. Yeah. True story. One time I was on my way to work back in the days, and there was a major car wreck that happened at the intersection. But what happened with me is before I arrived to that location, guess what happened? I caught the most random tire blowout of all times, right? That could have happened. That couldn't have not happened, and I would have been in the intersection, right where that wreck was at, right? So sometimes destiny, saves you. And I ain't talking about Final Destination, but listen to the rest of this right here.
I know that you kind of changed maybe the way you're attacking your rehab this time around and evaluated.
No, not necessarily. I mean, you're talking different injuries, whether you're talking the ankle to the thumb to a hammy off the bone. That it's about following the team, following my PT Luke Miller and the plan that we put together and the doctor and Dr. Brahm, and I'm excited about where I am. If I had to play a game today, I definitely could do that. So it's about moving forward healthy to make sure I can play 17 when the time's 20 and whatever.
Come on, say thou shall decree a thing and it shall be established, right? Yeah, go 20 games, Dak. 20 games, Dak. We don't want 17. We want all 20 of them. Yeah, that's how many it is, right? Ooh, come on with it. Yeah. But nowadays, yeah, you're right, Johnny. Johnny, you're right. Car wreck. One call, that's all. That's called Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Come on with it. Yes, indeed. Bone to bone. Yeah, bone off the bone. Meat off the bone with that hammy. Yeah, when it was gone. Yeah.
That we get to when the time's right.
That playing proper conversation with Shot, since he's not the head coach. How do you start those conversations?
When we give you the game plan already?
And
I mean, just excitement. Yeah, just excitement.
Let me tell y'all, the guy was asking him about the game plan with Shotty. And basically, Dak said, you want me to give away the secrets? Come on.
I mean, as you said, I've known Shotty. He's been there. He's been the last couple of years and really 3 years, right? The first year being a consultant that it's not any monumental conversations that are needed to happen, but definitely his direction and the way that he sees this offense going, the way that he sees this team going. And I think it's clear throughout the team with the guys and the men that he's hired as the coaches and the way that he's got the whole building on the same page. So just excited for this chapter under him and the way that he's going to lead this team and this unit.
That's one of the most vital parts of it, man. The whole team being on the same page with each other. I'm not here selling you guys any hopes or promises. I'm not out there on the field, right? I can walk out there and shake hands with some of the players and some of the people that's there, but I'm not out there on the field. It's up to these players to get things going. But Shotty is operating differently. One of the things that I asked him, I said, will there be a culture building? Because I'm sick and tired of people saying that the Cowboys got zero culture, right? No commitment to another. Sick and tired of it, right? There was a post out earlier this week, and I was going to go over it, and it was about the fan base in general, and it was talking about the Cowboys, where they stand, where they rank at, and they had us labeled as the most delusional fan base. But it was eye-shocking was that they had Lion fans as diehard fans. You delusional and diehard are one of the same. They are one of the same. Because at the end of the day, it's been 30 years, 30 seasons, right? And we still visit every game. We watch every game. We have high hopes for every single season, but we get labeled as delusional, right? Instead of the diehard. We are loyal folks. Let me say this again. We are loyal folks. You can't be unloyal and be still rocking with this team for all of these years. We are the definition of diehard fans. Now, there's some soft ones out there that cry every moment, right? They get mad at the moon and say, I can't stand the moon, right? And the moon just sitting there saying, hey, I was here before you was born, right? There's some people that get angry and complain about it being cold in Alaska, and they chose to move to Alaska. I've been saying this for years. You can't go to Alaska and expect it to be hot, right? And the same as you can't be in Texas and expecting it to be Alaska. So you can't be a Dallas Cowboy fan without the expectations that you're going to get spit upon, talked about, right? From the outside noise that you're going to get clickbait beat down with all of the clicks and the baits, right? They still talking about trading Dak Prescott. It doesn't matter how much and how many times I'm telling y'all, no trade clause. But he can always remove it. Who's moving from Dallas? People moving to Dallas, right? Nobody's going to move from Dallas to Pittsburgh. They are not finna do that. And especially when you got branding and you got all of this stuff. You got, and this is just a semi-small flex, but no state income taxes. Nobody moves and say, hey, let's go move to Pittsburgh. Nothing to do out there, you know? Shoot, come on with it. So y'all got to make it make sense. But the clickbaits, man, we can trade Dak Prescott to the Steelers and get T.J. Watt. It's crazy. It is flat out crazy. Yeah. Not delusional about the team, but delusional about some players hungry. I feel you. But at the end of the day, all of the players are on this team. So my whole argument, my only thing is with Dak Prescott is, and I'll say it to him, you know, as no shade or no shade at my approach to this. I don't want him throwing the ball 32, 35 times a game. I want us to run the ball, utilize and use him as play action, have a run game with him. Yeah. Have someone else on the opposite side of CD Lamb. And when we get those things, don't throw it away after 1 year. So many people cry upon 2021. Dak had he had all of the weapons. He had 1,000-yard receiver. He had 1,000-yard running back, 2 of them, you know. Oh, he had this and that. Went to the postseason game and lost it all. But when I asked people, okay, all right, I get all of that. But who else on offense showed up outside of your quarterback? And it becomes cricket time. Nobody can tell me about that 1,000-yard running back that had all of those rushing touchdowns. Nobody can tell me about the other wide receivers. But you can tell me everything about the quarterback. But when we go across the landscape of other teams, we are seeing that each one teach one. Someone else is helping out, carrying the load. I don't see anybody else just putting the team on their back and winning it by themselves. I haven't seen it. But, you know, it's just for what it is. You know? Or Johnny says, or just draft TJ Watt instead of tacos, right? We knew that. Come on, right. We seen it. Yeah. They said TJ Watt got small T-Rex arms. I said, give him T-Rex arms. You know, they give you more productions than tacos. And where's Taco, by the way? He missed out on a grandiose opportunity to brand his brand of his name on Taco Tuesdays. I would have had T-shirts, hats. He should have been Ben DiNucci before Ben DiNucci.
Hoping to play all 17 games. What are your thoughts on hoping to remain as mobile as you've been doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. Me playing my best, I'm mobile. Whether it's actually running past the line of scrimmage or it's just scrambling, making plays happen with my arm. So that's vital for me. That's a big part of this. And yeah, I've been running more. Obviously, you've got to when you're rehabbing a hamstring. So it's about just staying on that trend of just getting better, staying mobile, but doing it while feeling healthy.
No doubt. Ooh, staying mobile while you know staying healthy. That's a double combination. Hungry got a good opinion here. 2018 through 19 season was wasted. Yeah. You know, that's a real underrated comment there. Because 2018, that was the 3rd year of your quarterback, right? And keep in mind, the same hating and the same misery was still upon this kid, right? His 3rd season, right? They was expecting Super Bowl. The expectations never change, right? That was the year the Cowboys thought to themselves that we could do wide receiver by committee, right? We can hassle around with the ideal of this and that far as the defensive situation. We started off that season, I believe, 3-5, and we ended up somehow being 3-6. But they made the trade acquisition when we were 3-5 to go get Amari Cooper, right? Because they realized that you just can't win games with Michael Gallup, Cole Beasley, and Rico Gathers and them. You're right. That was literally our wide receiver room, right? And I believe Allen Hurns or somebody, right? You can't win games. And then put the cherry on the top. You have Jason Garrett calling the damn plays, right? The vanilla bland Garrett. But they realized that they was in terrible shape, right? So they made the acquisition to trade for Amari Cooper. Once Cooper got here, teams were hit for, I don't even know how to stop this. You know, you got now running game is opened up. You got a wide receiver that's really taking on the burden. But until we played this dude that's here, I got a chance to talk to him. I told him, I said, man, why you gave the blueprint up, man? You the one stopped us in 2018, Matt Eberflus. And he chuckled and laughed, and he said, yeah, because I knew everything about the team. He laid out the blueprint for the Rams when we made it to the postseason. He knew all of the weaknesses of this team. He knew that this team really couldn't stop the run, and he knew that all he had to do is just drop 6 or 7 into the box and cloud the vision of the quarterback, and that's how you beat the Cowboys. It's been the same for a long time. I think that the Cowboys don't make any adjustments for those time frames, even until now, when we'll see what it's going to look like now. But to make a longer story short, the year that they really should have capitalized off of everything, outside of losing, that postseason game against the Rams, I'm thinking C.J. Anderson. Some nights I wake up in cold sweats and I can still see C.J. Anderson running all over us, right? The man would have had 4,000 yards in one game. They couldn't stop him, right? But to make a longer story short, I think that 2019 was well missed, because you went into 2019 without building upon what you did in 2018. You set yourself back by drafting in the second round Tristan Hill. There's people literally watching. And when they put that pick in, y'all fell out y'all chairs, right? Y'all like, we seen too much football to know that Tristan Hill won't be able to bust through a wet paper bag. That was the year that the Cowboys could have really got rid of Jason Garrett. I get it. You know, you wanted to hold on to him. You didn't sign him into a new contract. You put him on a lame duck season, and you didn't really reinforce anything on your team. You didn't get no new acquisition for 2019. You rested yourself on 2018, and that's why you in the spot, in the predicament that you were in. Not to bring up old news, but that just history can repeat itself. And from 2019, it did in 2024 last season. The Cowboys did the exact or similar things. They let the head coach go into a lame duck season and say, get it done. That's a waste of a career for these players. Everybody that's watching right now, no one volunteers to work a temporary job. And you want month-to-month job, whether you want some type of stability. And that's what happened last year. Coaches was head on a swivel thinking, what I need to do. Will I have a job next year? Will I be here? Where will I be at for the 2025 season? Yeah. JB says, I want Trey Amos. Oh, man, my goodness, man. Ooh, we get Trey Amos. This is my dog right there. Oh, my God. D'Angelo says Jabril Cox was a waste of time as well. Yeah, that injury set Jabril Cox back tremendously. Yeah, I think that he was heading in the right direction. And sometimes, you go to a team and they utilize you wrong and you never get a chance to see the field.
One of probably the leader of the entire team, but Vance lose, Jordan Lewis, you lose, Zack Martin. Who are some other guys that you look at as like, hey, we need more leadership from those guys?
Yeah, I mean, It's a great opportunity. I could call out some guys that are here, Jalen Tolbert, some guys that have been around, that understand what the way in the direction that we need to go. And so it's a great opportunity for guys. I almost don't want to say one because I want to challenge them. I mean, there's a lot of slates and a lot of positions. Obviously, Micah Parsons, you know what I mean?
Before he go any further. Yeah.
Emotional damage.
All right. Dak is one of the leaders of this team, but the head leader is the head coach, right? So if it's like a pyramid thing, you know, Shotty will be at the tip of the pyramid, and Dak will be somewhere on the left or the right, and however you build your structures up. Now, he endorsed the hell out of Jalen Tolbert, right? And we already caught news that before Jalen Tolbert put on silver and blue, he reached out to the scouting department and said, hey, I like him, right? Allegedly. You know, I don't want to missay any words, right? But there are some people who are called to do a job, and then there are some people who are sent, right? Some people are sent to do a job, and some people are called, right? And I'm talking about called by the grand creator. Now, I would like to say that Dak may have some high optimism for Jalen Tolbert. We all have high reservation for Jalen Tolbert. But so that I can get the numbers right, let this AI speak first. You know, appreciate you, sister. Appreciate you. Come on with it.
Sister Soul Star $10. Smash them like thumbs up and share content, please. And thank you, Scissor Heart.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on.
This is a call to action.
Wasting my time now. Come on.
A call to action.
Come on.
If you love JT, put JT in the chat, right? I need to see how many JTs we can see in the chat. The combination of CD Lamb and JT administration. Now, no offense to JT, Jalen Tolbert, but put a 2 in the chat if you think we need to replace JT. You know, that's all I want to see. If you for JT and if you want to replace him. Here's the thing. Coach, the head coach of this team, Shotty, he lamented that they looking for more explosive players on offense. And they looking for a real trill number 2 wide receiver. Now, I ain't trying to put y'all on, you know, this pathway of thinking that, you know, coach don't like JT like that. But I'm quite sure that he has strong reservations that's a little bit stronger than what Dak Prescott perceived to see, you know. So that's something that we all okay. Now, Sean, that's what I'm getting at. I think that he'll be a solid number 3 to rotate in. And there's nothing wrong with being the third person, right? So that's just how it goes. Neo got 4 of them, right? And I think that he cared for all 4 of them differently in different ways, right? But one of them got to be the third one. None of them the number 1, right?
Take the money out, all of it.
And he's still searching. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about with Neo. I know he got his rankings, but that's just for what it is. Somebody say, who is Neo? Are you talking about the Matrix law? Yeah, 3 or 4, yeah. And sometimes you can still, Tolbert, wide receiver 3, right? And if Mingo can do Mingo things, right? And if Mingo can get in there and just change the world, it'll be an element of surprise, right? Oh, there's more? Okay, yeah, it's good, right? But at the end of the day, I think that a lot of people are with the mindset that we got a bunch of 3s and 4s on this team. No number 2s or another number 1. Right? And that is for what it is. So that's why we got wide receiver high on our boards. But if Jalen Brooks off season, he steps up and stand tall, that's kudos and credence to him. Yes, that's good stuff for us. If Flanoy can really show us something, man, that's extra. These are cherries, right? On top of the ice cream, right? Sprinkles. If Cavante Turpin can be in this system and utilized to his max capability, I would not be ashamed, right? Appreciate you, Sally. Thank you. And also Julius. Julius for the $20 Cash App, and as well as Sally for the 25 lighters on the dresser. Yes, sir.
All of it. Come on. Nobody. You're wasting my time now. Come on.
It's an evil world we live in.
If y'all ain't supporting, come on with it. Oh, yeah. Mingo gonna surprise us. But I'm not betting on that. I think that's what Shotty is saying too. Why would he say that? Why would he come out and say, "Hey man, we looking for an explosive number 2," or was that Stephen Jones? One of these people said that. And y'all can correct me on who quoted it. Who said it. But one of them said it, or it could be smoke and mirrors. But if Golden is there and he's the highest person on their board, then you go live your life like it's Golden, right? If Genty is there, Jerry should have his hamstring torn, broken off the bone, meat falling off of it, right? He try to put salt on the McGriddle back on it to infuse it, right? But we need playmakers outside of CD Lamb. We got a bunch of number 3s and 4s. We do.
I mean, you got CD Lamb. You've got guys that you can name, but there's a lot of the guys that have an opportunity to step up. But super excited about what we have. The veterans.
Oh, Tomo says, Catboy said it. Appreciate you, Tomo. I knew somebody said it. So he ain't too fond of these wide receivers. Catboy. Come on, Catboy. Catboy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do in the draft for you, Catboy? Hey, Catboy, you better figure it out. All right, or is it contract year for Jalen Tolbert? If somebody can rise up out of the ashes, shout out to Cavante Turpin, though. I think Turpin gonna have his best season this year. And don't be giving me the Paris Campbell. But I think Cavante Turpin is about to have his best season.
That we have, I mean, honestly, the one that jumped off when you ask it is Osa, right? Like, guys follow him. He does things the right way, but it's about creating more that you just can't deny their leadership and you can't deny their will to win.
You brought up Micah. Can you talk about any advice to Micah on how to be a leader, different leader than he has been, and as well as how to handle this contract situation?
Yeah, I mean, me and Mike have talked in the locker room. Leave that as locker room talks, but very confident in that guy and what he can do. Who he is and what he wants to do is as important as anything, and that's in being a leader. And the contract, I mean, that's I don't have the full answer for it, or I think all of mine would have been done a lot earlier than they were. So that's for him. Just stay positive.
It's a joke.
Yeah, understand and make sure that his team knows what he wants and what he believes.
Now, athletes first. You ain't lying, Brandy. That's Clarence all the way, man. Clarence is one of them ones. Clarence is a messy boots. Yeah, he gon' be messy with it. And that's just the flow of Clarence on how he moves in his space, man. But he's well respected. What I gather is with Clarence is that out of all of the beat writers, for the players, they like him the most, right? They see him as the uncle, And Let me see what you got here. Got a super chat. I'm feeling Mingo will secure wide receiver 3. That's a good problem to have. If he can secure that wide receiver 3 role, that will be a great thing for us. I would love to see him in that space or in that capacity, especially being involved in that particular light. I would love that. I'm looking for hold on. Let me see if I can find it. And I thought I had it over here. Bear with me, giving y'all some bad programming here. But y'all love me like I love y'all, right? So we can all work together on this. I know I had it earlier, but there was an article out there, and I don't know why I don't know where it went to. Maybe I saved it under the wrong one. But the article was stating that if they can't get this deal done with Micah Parsons, first and foremost, it'll be shame. Whereas I'm going to play that shame button because we need to get this deal done, and the framework is already completed.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But egos can get in the way. Egos can get in the way. Write this down. What do ego means? Edging God out. Law, where you going with this? Jerry Jones stated, never piss off a billionaire, right? Or a man with a lot of money. And how ego can get in the way, and I appreciate you, Sidney Jones. How comfortable are y'all with the running back room right now as of present day? Oh, that's a good super chat. I'm going to break that down in a few. But egos can get in the way. There's been times where billionaires, when eminent domain was not acceptable and couldn't get approved, and there were billionaires that will build a fortress, loud constructions around certain people's houses to weed them out, right? And say, well, oh, you don't want to give up this land for $500,000? The house ain't nothing but worth $150,000. And the people's like, this sentimental values. $500K can't ever pay off the sentimentals. What about $1 million? No. Your money's not welcome here. My great-great-grandfather gave me this plot of land. I want to keep this land. And what they do, they build a whole community right around that one particular house just to sweat them out, right? And we ain't going to talk about anything else that they would do. But billionaires are known for that. They would take a loss just to prove a point. And what I'm getting at on the long route to this conversation, because I wish I had the visual of the article. The Cowboys, Jerry Jones, would go to that route of saying, okay, we'll let you play on this last year, and then we will hold you for 2 more years because we can slap that franchise tag on you. I made everything in life that I supposed to make. I'm a 3-time Super Bowl champ, general manager. I sued the NFL for $750 million. If you well enough, you can probably make that money in your career. But I made it in 1 scooping year after coming off of a Super Bowl champ. I got a helicopter, a helipad, a yacht, a gold jacket, a $3.5 billion playpen, and a $2.5 billion workout facility. My name is weighted in gold. So, yes, I don't know who David Mulugeta is, who he think he is. You gonna do this to me? I can buy your money. That's some flexible billionaire stuff right there, you know? And Jerry is not shy of doing that, right? To prove a point. It's not gonna hurt his bottom line. He done already counted the money. Shoot, he getting paid off of stadium events even when he's not even there. Yes, Gracia. Ooh, yeah. Money ain't enough for billionaires. They got to have power. Yeah. One of the the shows Game of Thrones. When I forgot this guy's name. He was very cunning. And he said, what I've learned to the queen is knowledge is power. And then she pulled the swords out and said, off with his head, kill him. And killed this other guy and said, no, power is power, baby. So that's what they crave, power. D'Angelo, appreciate you. Gifted 1 membership level, gold level 2 to the Cowboys. Hater Hunter, DC for life. Appreciate you. Raven DC for life saying received a gold level, man. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you giving.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on! Wasting my time now. Come on!
Come on. Little finger. Yeah, was that little finger? Yeah, Doc Woods. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah. My track coach was named Doc Woods. May he rest in peace. Is this Doc Woods Jr.? Appreciate you, though. Yeah, so power is power, y'all. There's no way around it. But I hope it doesn't come to that point. What I'm praying for, and I'm literally praying for, is that before the draft, before Thursday, we get this breaking news that the Cowboys signed Micah Parsons to this unbelievable deal so that we can go into the mindset of this draft of only thinking about players that will be here to support this team. Yeah, appreciate you, sister. Appreciate you. Come on with it.
Take the money out! All of it!
They can come closer than close.
Wasting my time now. Come on!
Original, they never will.
Come on with it. Join the membership squad. Get the behind the scenes. You may see me talking to Alicia Baumgartner. I can't even say her name correctly. But at the end of the day, she's cool people, by the way. And you guys may have seen this video circulating around. She's a diehard Cowboy fan, by the way. Oh yeah. So you may see behind the scenes actions, man. We doing unbelievable stuff with the Cowboys community and beyond, and I think we're heading in the right direction. Appreciate y'all for your support, and there's some more and more content that I got editing right now as we speak that is going to be visible upon everyone. But what I'm getting at is that the Cowboys better make sure that they don't make this a fight between X and Y, and we go straight into this draft without an alibi of the reason why we didn't do X, Y, and Z things.
First one doesn't mean you leave.
Yep.
Lose Cooper and then get it going.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever put a value on what Cooper Rush has meant to me throughout my career, honestly. The only year he wasn't my backup was the year I got hurt within 5 games. So you're talking about it in my rookie year. But you're talking about a guy that approaches the game the right way, is a real man off the field, is a true leader in just what he does and the way that he walks, that Baltimore's getting a hell of a guy to add to that quarterback room and to be a leader for that team. So looking forward to what he can do and bring them. And then for the young guys or for our guys, whether it be Will Greer or Joe Milton, anybody that's played with me or been in that quarterback room knows that all I care about is everybody pushing everybody and getting better. So I've already worked with Will for years, knowing his mindset and the gains, and just talking to JT about how good he's looked this offseason. I'm excited to add Joe to the room, and I know Will as well. And if there's another one that gets added in this meantime, it's all about elevating our game as the leaders, as the quarterback position, to make sure the rest of the team and the message is clear and concise. And I'm looking forward to make sure those guys understand that.
Vote for Dak, Politician of the Year, man. Yes, indeed. Vote for, man. I really think that when you look at everything from A to Z of what he said, with Cooper Rush, stand-up model citizen from Central Michigan, all he does is say the right things. I was here when he was here before the red beard got here, Yeah. It was Cooper Rush, and I believe at some point I bumped into Kellen Moore, and we were all at this one event, and they was talking about, man, they done brought guests up in here. They done brought James Harden, and they joked that and laughed, and I said, I'm going to get you back. But neither here nor there. Let me see. I might have it somewhere in my in my readings here. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I might can. I don't know if I can find it, but let me see. I thought I still might have it somewhere. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I got it right here. Nah, I don't have it anymore. But, man, I got the one with me and Michael Gallup. And I know what had happened with it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Me and Michael Gallup. And it's very grainy because someone else was shooting this. It's me, Michael Gallup, and stuff. And on this video, this was many a moons ago. But if you can see that elbow right here, they cut it off. That's Cooper Rush. You know what I'm saying right there. Yeah, man, there's a D, Gallup and Jay. Yeah, they try to hit a joke at me. This many years ago. Yeah. So shout out to them. A credit to them, as they say. But Dak Prescott with this conversational piece was everything. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Unemotional. Appreciate you, Tombstone Jones. Dak represent the brand well. Boy, y'all crazy, boy. Dak do be spitting PC work, laughing my ass off. Yeah. But shout out to Cooper Rush and whatever he may do over there for the Baltimore Ravens. May he get out there on the field and Shady McCoy tells Ravens quarterback, hey, man, you better be looking for some real estate. You better be looking for a new home. Yeah, Cooper Rush time, I believe the new 10 is now Milton. He did mention Joe Milton. I think that Joe Milton, when you look back at his tape, that one game is like a miracle game. That one game kind of put him on the map like that Jason Garrett one Thanksgiving game versus Green Bay, right? That one game, I can tell you that I can't wait to see my guy Joe Milton. I can't wait to see Joe Milton in Oxnard, right? Here's Zack Martin talking about his holdout in 2023, and now we get a chance to see how they feel about certain things,
I held out a little bit the last 2 years ago and got a little extra something there at the end of my career, which was good.
Was the holdout you held out? Was the holdout weird?
Yeah.
Like, was it weird to hold out? Because you're not like a guy that I think of as like.
No, I remember, dude, I was sitting in my, it was really weird to answer your question, but I remember sitting in my, during training camp, my mother-in-law was down here with me and my wife, and we were like sitting around talking one night. It was the middle of camp, like all my boys are out there practicing, and I just like looked around and was like, I'm a holdout guy. I'm a holdout guy.
I'm that guy,
dude.
Yeah. I'm T.O. I'm like,
yeah.
You know what? There were some people that said now is the time to strike. Now is the time to trade him. When he was holding out. If he wanted that more money, he trade him. He had no trade clause on his contract. He was tradable. They didn't have that piece of the language on his contract. And, there was some pushback, right? Like, man, you don't trade a guy of the kind of caliber of Zack Martin, right? But I'm going to tell y'all, a person that don't have feelings for a team, like personal feelings for a team, they would have traded the hell out of Zack Martin. They're like, okay, all right, you want to hold out? Okay, we'll hold you out over here. Yeah, I believe I'm going to try to find that credit. Her name slipped me. Stargazer. Yeah, Stargazer put up a real well tradable package for Zack Martin. Now, I don't know if you guys follow her content, but you guys should, right? Should we have went down that road of trading Zack Martin? Because that's the Bill Belichick thing. You rather get rid of a player 2 years too early versus 2 years too late. But I was like, I was at Stargazer like, nah, you don't trade. I was one of them like, nah, you don't trade Zack Martin. Now, come on, you don't trade away one of your good assets there, But she came up with a well thought out plan, and I just want to give her flowers on that because it's a bold move. And remember this right here. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. And there will be not everybody. Not everybody is going to have the same mind, right? And the same thought track. Don't you know how miserable it would be for me to shave every day? Huh? But some companies that you work for, they don't allow facial hair. I would be miserable under those dictations, right? And that type of leadership. But I'm a free man. I can grow hair all off of my face. But I would be miserable. Yeah. Miserable to the point that I will have to use something that can cut nice and leave great precision, right? But I would be flat out miserable if I had to shave every day. But if I had to.
How to be an Atlas man. First, gently glide your House of Atlas razor with the grain to ensure a precise, comfortable shave. Then, drop your transmission with nothing but a spoon. Anything's a tool in the hands of an Atlas man. Now apply Atlas Calming Aftershave. Welcome to the top. Welcome to Atlas.
Be the smoothest guy in the room. Durable blades for long-lasting smoothness. Precision trim edges for detail and also cutting those sideburns. With a stabilized stainless steel for a smoother shave. Dermatologist tested, comfortable, smooth glide. This will be your number one blade in the world. And all you have to do is remember House of Atlas. Shave with the best. No doubt, baby. Rex! We can't have Law with the Nestle Crunch face, you know. Yeah, Law, man, boy, that peanut brittle face, man. What happened to Law, man? He got bumps everywhere, man. Yeah, he got to shave every day, but not now if you use Atlas, right? But at the end of the day, the reason why, you know, I got special powers. I'm the type of guy. If I shave at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? At 5 o'clock p.m., you know, there would be 5 o'clock shadow, right? It'd be shadowy, you know. Yeah, it would be literally stubbles and everything, right? Fighting for the attention. Appreciate you for the stars there, Loop. Appreciate you. So at the end of the day, I wasn't fond of Zack Martin skipping the line too and getting back and getting that money, but I get it. Mama needs shoes, yeah. And he saw the tea leaves and he said, look, I'm leaving here with something. Yeah. So by leveraging that particular deal there, yeah, gumbo face, ooh. Gumbo! And I had the dark rule, you know. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Law got a Bart Simpson tat. You know, what's a Bart Simpson tat? You know, break that down. Panties getting thrown at the screen now. Oh my gosh.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
But neither here nor there. Let's listen to the rest of this.
You know, like we used to grow up and watch guys holding out, and I'd be like, I would never. But
never, dude. I hate yeah, it sucked. It sucked.
But you got they took care of you. That's good.
Yeah, they took care of me and it worked. And it was one of those things that it would not have happened if I had not done that.
Yeah.
Like, and I was pretty aware of that. You know, where I was like age wise in my contract, where the team was like financially and everything, like it was not going to happen unless I did that. So I held out.
But I do like the fact that there's cover over it. He didn't get spit upon. He didn't get excoriated. He didn't get people writing articles about how selfish Zack Martin is, right? He was able to get his bag, his money, get back into the line. And after he got his money, he had his worst performance, right? And I'm not putting no dull shine on his career because he's still a star in my eyes, right? But he didn't play up to the levels of what we are accustomed to. And Stargazer was a year ahead of this, right? Because she was talking about trading him Not this season. I think that was the 2020. She was talking about trading that Smooth in 2022, right? She said, hey, let's get ready to start trading him, and a lot of people revolt. But it's one of those things where it's everybody is in the need for money. That's why they call it money, my needs, right? So, and it is for what it is. And now we have expectations. We have those type of things. Rico Jones says Martin fleeced Jerry. He did. Ain't nobody in the media gonna talk about it, but he fleeced him. He knew he was on his way out and said, man, let me get this $30 on this table, man. They ain't gonna miss it, Hey, Jerry, I got that $30 that you had on that table, man. You don't need it. Yeah. Law gonna make somebody call Frenkel and Frenkel. Tony Tone, I'm gonna try. Call Frenkel and Frenkel. Just mention, hey man, Law sent me. Yeah. So when it's time for me to re-up on everything, they already know what the biz naives is. Got them. But moving on now, we got a hole there. And that hole could be filled in this draft, or it could be filled by the committee approach. Brandy Mahoney, appreciate you, states, do you think Parsons will hold out if he's not paid? I don't think he will be advised to, though. A bird told me that. A bird told me that he will be advised to hold out. Now, will he do it? There's a whole nother conversation. And then I think I said that I will circle back to this other super chat. Let me see if I can find it. Appreciate y'all so much. Where it went to? It was a good one. And both of the super chats are good, too, by the way. Where was it? It was something about our running back room. Will our running back room, y'all put it in the chat, will be sufficient enough for what it is? There's late bloomers everywhere, right? I saw a picture out there, and let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see. Y'all bear with me, man. I'm building the plane as we fly. I love having Q&A sessions, man. We love Q&A sessions. So let me see if I can pull this up. It should be on the top of most people's pages here. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God, I can't find it. Where we at? Where are we at? Hold on. I'm looking for Deuce Vaughn picture. He didn't start working out, and he's a whole lot. He's a whole lot bigger than what he
Madman
was.
$5.
Let this AI
Golden
speak.
in the first, Makuba in the second, Sampson in the third. What you think?
Ooh, that would be a lethal combination. That would be a situation that we can all say, man, that should work for us. I think that Makuba will fit right on in for what we need on the secondary side. Matthew Golden will stretch the field a little bit better for us. Sampson, he's a speed guy, so we have that element with the running backs in the classroom. Let me just tie it in with this because I can't find the picture, for crying out loud. It's a little biased approach for me because given the information that was given to me from Coach Connor Riley, the offensive line coach, who coached Deuce Vaughn and Cooper Beebe in college. Now, when you really think about it, and I take all of the Kool-Aid stuff out of this equation, I'm not giving you guys Kool-Aid. I'm just giving you guys my honest thoughts on this. But we still should draft a running back. But one of the people that can surprise the hell out of everybody is Deuce Vaughn. He had as much of yards from scrimmage and all of this stuff as a Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not saying that he's Jahmyr Gibbs. He had just as much yards. I can't talk today. Bear with me. As Bijan Robinson. Now, those are college productions. But the people that put him in positions to win, they are now here. So I'm going to revisit Tiny Deuce Vaughn because he's been working out, and I wish I had that damn picture. Maybe he got it on his IG. Hold on, let me go to Deuce Vaughn IG. I ain't think about that. Maybe he posted it on his IG. Hold on. Maybe he did post it on his IG. Hold on, y'all bear with me, man. Love y'all. Okay, he working out in private. He ain't posting his result. Maybe it's on the stories. No, he's talking about Karen Lacey. Everybody talking about the Karen Lacey thing. He looked like he put on. Look, Deuce, Tiny Deuce Vaughn put on about 5 to 6 pounds. I'm talking about more muscle. He's stacked, and I can't find the damn picture. And I know it wasn't AI, but I was saying that I was so busy moving around I couldn't save it. He got it on his X. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up on his X, man. Or the X app, Hold on, bear with me. I hope he don't got me blocked. Yeah, sometimes these players hear me out and they say, man, I don't block this dude, man. I can't stand this dude. All right, let me see if I can find it right quick. I can't find it, man. Somebody send me that picture, man. Drop it off in my my inbox. Or send it to my Twitter. Yeah. I mean, Deuce Vaughn got stacked, y'all. I'm for real, man. I said, man, that pocket hamster. Y'all remember Maurice Jones, Drew Drone, whatever, how you say that man's name, MJD? I'm telling you, man, it could be a situation, not to hype it up, but it could be a situation that he can be that person that all of a sudden we looked around and we be like, oh, man, look at the little legs, man, little leg Deuce, man, he killing it. And I saw something, Come on, Lord, he's still Tiny Deuce Vaughn. I know, Cuddy, but, man, look, somebody find me that photo, man, and send it to my Twitter, man, DM it to me, man, please, because now I can't go on with my point without making the point, I know one of y'all got the picture. Jerry's sitting around here like I know Jerry be watching.
What's your point? All
right, Jerry, hold on. What I'm saying is that the element of surprise. Yeah. Deuce doesn't block. He doesn't catch. Oh, he can catch. And he don't have turpin speed. Yeah, he don't have turpin speed. Now, he don't have turpin speed. But he do have the ability to elude. He got short area quickness. And he can bounce out to the outside. And he's sneaky. Right? That's right, Dose? Yeah, he's sneaky. Yeah. And somebody, as soon as y'all find that photo for me, man, tag me in it, and I'll see if I can pull it up right quick and get things going. Let me see if y'all done already tagged me in it. But boy, my tags are crazy. Let me get out of these tags. Boy, y'all stop tagging me on all those other stuff, man, that ain't dealing with your football stuff, man. Boy, I can't pull that up on the screen. Boy, oh, Lord, let me get up out of here. Boy, they're the council law of how to pull this up on the screen. Lord have mercy. But that's the thoughts on Deuce Vaughn. We'll move over to the next conversation. I got Malik Davis over Deuce. I like Malik Davis. He got 0 sponsors in the building. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Can I be real with y'all? That Nate Pete. Shoot. Nate Pete last season showed me something in preseason, not preseason, but Oxnard, I think that Nate Pete if given the opportunity, this Nate Pete, when he was running, I was like, man, if they were real about it and they didn't really hit us up with the wee-woo stuff, shout out to Boss Cowboy Sports, Nate Pete would have had more touches. But what's going on in your inbox, man? People be sending me all type of crazy stuff. But let me get back to the football on this side of it. The Cowboys are looking to have more explosiveness on this team, regardless of the situation. And speaking of explosiveness, there's one guy that they brought in on the defensive side. Tape looked tremendously good. And his name is this right here. Let's pull him up right quick.
Is there a player that intrigued you personally?
I think the best backstory is Siobhan Revelle, the corner from East Carolina, who I was just kind of blown away by the adversities he's had to overcome.
Right.
He's 6'2", 200 pounds, a really fast athlete. The athleticism's off the chart. But you go back to high school, a lot of injuries. He wasn't able to qualify academically to go to college, so he goes the JUCO route.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's COVID. That season's canceled. He's working at Amazon and an overnight fulfillment center. And so he worked a 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. shift. A couple hours later, he's in the car with his dad going to East Carolina for a tryout. ECU is able to give him a scholarship. He has this amazing 2023 season where he's on the NFL radar. And I mean, Alabama wanted him.
Right.
Penn State, Ohio State, everybody wanted him, but he stayed
Big
at
fact.
ECU and wanted to stay loyal to that staff. And he has an ACL injury in September. And it's like, oh my gosh, like what else can this guy take? But the mental toughness, I mean, this guy has it. And so I don't know that he's going to get into the first round because of that injury, but good chance he ends up going somewhere in those top 50 picks.
There's Revel. I'm not big on drafting hurt guys, right? But there are some exceptions to some rules there, right? If Trey Amos is gone, if I can't get Amos, if I can't get Morrison to a degree, you know, Foots was breaking down his hip injuries and stuff like that. That's the Notre Dame kid. Jade Barron going to be gone way before the second round. I'm circling my charts for either a second round or a third round defensive back. I got to get me a defensive back in the top 100s. It's a must, just like Maxwell. I like Maxwell tape. I watch Maxwell tape a little later than most, and then when I came about to his tape, I said, okay, the speed is visible, but man, it's something about Kentucky speed, man. You know, I don't know if Kevin Joseph, that 4.26 or 4.27 that Kevin Joseph ran, and we never seen him run it outside of him rapping. And I still don't understand the words that he was saying on his rap songs, right? You know, I think he had a possible bar on one of his songs. I like, okay, yeah. But, you know, neither here nor there. Shout out to him for following and pursuing his passion, right? And then they said he's on some arena team now, but shout out to Kevin Joseph and them. But, Wanye's brother, this is Ace Boogie. I can see Wanye's brother. Shout out to third cousin twice removed here in the Cowboys uniform. But I got Trey Amos over them. Yeah, you talking about a corner that's long, that's not afraid to get his hands inside, that can hit, they can feel, got decent speed, 4.4 speed, that's tangible, can close on a route. I like that. And he's a PBU king. But Revel is another guy that when you look at his tape, you can see that speed. You can see, like, before the injury or what have you, of course. So it's one of those things, man. Kevin Joseph ran a 48 his pro day. Maxwell ran a 4.28 at the combine. That's a legit speed. Yeah. I just hate, and I got to stop doing this, you know, and some other people got to stop doing this, is labeling players to the school that they chose to go to, right, or went to, right? It's just crazy work, right? Be like, oh man, that's an Alabama kid, he's automatically gonna be good. That's an Ohio State kid, he gonna be good, yeah. But there are some programs that you can literally say, man, if you want a wide receiver, get you a wide receiver from Ohio State. If you want a wide receiver, get you a wide receiver from LSU. RIP again to Karen Lacey. But I was banging the table for Karen Lacey. And even the news reports stating that there was more and more evidence and information to prove that he wasn't even driving the vehicle, right? So it's just the weight of the world. And I'm going to switch back over to this. Brian Peters says Amos over Harrison. Yeah. Or Harrison for him. Yeah. The weight of the world, man, is very, very, very real, you know. Emotions are very real, you know. Being able to get certain things and move in a certain way is a very real, tangible thing, ladies and gentlemen. And watching it all go away, woo, it hurts. Iceberg, appreciate you. Trade back, get multiple threes like last year. But here's the difference between trading back last year versus this year. Yeah. It was another photo, Sadiq, but I appreciate this photo. Yeah, it's another photo. Appreciate you, Sadiq. She the sister Sal, appreciate you. Thank you for submitting that video over for me. He's a little bit bigger, y'all. But there's literally the difference between trading back this year opposed to last season is where we're drafting as far as talent. There's about, in every draft, true first round draft picks, anywhere between 15 to maybe 17 true first rounders. True first rounders. And one don't leave up out of there being too cute to trade back to get multiple picks, a la the Giants that when they drafted Darius Toney. Brandy says, don't get him if he got blah, 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 blah. Okay, I got it now. Don't get him if we go to Michigan. Just kidding. Okay. You're right. Antron says, I wanted Lacey here, brother, but RIP to my guy, Cameron Lacey, brother. Yeah. Yeah, Antron. Yeah. Man, we all go through something, man. Man, we all go through something. You know. Back in college, man, you know, it was almost over 20 years ago for me. Man, we had parties, man. Boy, shoot. I remember being in the vehicle. You know, I ain't gonna incriminate myself. But man, we driving, boom, 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 boom. Hit a curb though. You know, it wasn't a body. But it could have been a body down there. We do crazy stuff when you're young. You wake up the next day and you go over there and say, man, I'm glad it was a curve and not a body. Wake up call. Not everybody's blessed with that. People do crazy things, man, when you're young. When I saw, like, the kid was born in 2000, RIP to him in 2025, and he ain't even 25. He's 24. He finna be 25. That hit home, man. Some of y'all on y'all third and fourth chances right now. Come on, let me know. Some of y'all right now on your third or fourth chances right now. Some of y'all right now watching this video. 3 weeks ago, fell asleep behind the wheel, woke up, and don't even know how you got back to the crib. Car, not even a single scratch on the car. Woke up, man, like, God, dog, last night was crazy, wasn't it? Yeah, man. You was out of your mind. You swerve on, whoa, whoa, and now you out here judging the next man. How dare this kid? Drinking and driving, or how dare they street racing? They kids. With a fistful of money. That NIL stuff, they need to have some regulations on that too. Yeah. Chris May Retro says 1 million chances. Hell yeah. But we did some crazy stuff. I remember, man, we had got a trampoline. I got 4 brothers, and we jumped all over that damn trampoline, and we thought that it would be cool one time. Like, you know, we don't think about stuff nowadays. Shoot, you can't get me to take a few drinks and jump off of a porch or walk down some stairs. I fall out the chair. But, man, we said, you know what? We young folks. Oh, we will move the trampoline close to the house. This is how we did. You know, we gonna get the ladder, climb up on top of the house, right? Jump off the house onto the trampoline. Let me know if that made sense, y'all. And we did that. You know, we had hair on our faces when we did it too. Yeah, we did it until my cousin did it and broke his damn leg. And we were like, well, we gonna stop doing that now. That could have been me breaking my leg, but when I jumped, I landed right. We just do crazy stuff as people. But what if he broke his neck? That would have been forever in the history of the family. Hey, man, your cousin climbed up on, remember your cousin, man, jumped on, he climbed up. Now we laugh about it now, but it could have been worse, right? How many of y'all did that? College days were wild. Tony Tone says NIL is out of control. Yeah. Yeah, but we do crazy stuff, man, you know. But what if I climbed up on top of that house and the wind blew my ass up off of that house, you know? I used to ride horses all the time. But when I saw Superman broke his back, I was like, man, I ain't riding no more horses. That did something to me. I watched Superman. I grew up watching Christopher Reeves. I grew up watching that Superman, right? And I said, man, how he broke his back? He was on a horse and the horse tilted over. I grew up with horses over 4 acres of land. Shoot, that round bale and square bales of hay, we used to feed them horses. Bareback a horse. But it just switched something on to me, man. I said, man, you know what? I ain't gonna even ride no horse. I ain't gonna look at a horse after I seen that's Superman. You know, shoot, he fell off a horse, broke his back, had to drink through a straw, breathe through a straw, and all of this stuff. So yeah, Mark says never jump off. Yeah, and kids, never jump off the roof of the roof to a trampoline. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do as I do. Yup. Shoot, salary cap increase every year. Yup. Cap increases, yeah. And y'all do that, you know. I had this dog named Nitro. And we had this the horse, is a quarter horse too, you know, quarter horse, them stack wide. You know, we had a Tennessee Walker too. But that quarter horse, that damn dog, I like, hey, Nitro. Get back here. But Nitro, he was a German Shepherd. German Shepherds are really smart dogs. But somehow, I guess he was missing a chromosome or something. Barking all that stuff. And how he died was a crazy way because he ran up on that horse and the horse kicked him. To this day, I don't even look behind the horse anymore after I see my dog died. You know what I'm saying? And it was sad. We cried when Nitro got kicked in the mouth by that horse. But he got exactly what he was looking for. I ran up on that horse, and that horse said, cow. We heard that for 5 minutes straight. We were panicking like, oh, what are we gonna do? Where my panic man at? Yeah, it traumatized me for the rest of my life. Ah, that's me. Yeah. But he wanted to fight everything. Shoot. But we get back to the point, man. Yeah. That shit, it did hurt, man. Shoot. Getting kicked in the mouth with a horse. Shoot. Man, I love that damn dog. Man, that horse, but that horse was just doing horse. The horse minding his business. We told the dog, get on back, get on. Nitro! I guess he lived up to his name, Nitro. Yeah. That dog was in pain, man, you know. And all I could think about, man, they better not Michael Vick me. No. We wasn't fighting no dog versus horse. That dog just did dog stuff, you know. Ran up on that horse and the horse let him know, hey, I'm king over here, you know. Yeah, come on. We talk about it now, but that do hurt though. It's like losing a family member, man. Yeah.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Come on with it.
Come on, man.
But at the end of the day, speaking of NIL, you know, Ace Book says, the law just killed my idea of buying a horse, man. And horses are expensive. Expensive habit, too. That damn round bale and the bales of hay. And you got to walk and feed them food. Yeah, and got to keep them contained because a horse can break a loose. Oh, yeah, a horse can break a loose and tear up some stuff, and then you're responsible for it. Yeah, you got to call Frenkel and Frenkel. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, like I said about the NIL agreement, Chase Daniel says a 20-year-old college athlete who is making $2.4 million this year is unhappy and want to make $4 million. What college football come to? And this was the Tennessee quarterback. I get it. Nico. I can't say that man's last name, but did not attend spring practice because he's holding out. Boy, I'm telling y'all, man, life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. He can't live. He can't feed his family for $2.4 million. But shout out to McCool. He says, you know what? Chase Daniel made $40 million while attempting less than 300 passing yards in the NFL. Maybe he should sit this one out, But two things can be true. Two things can be true. But, man, I'm telling y'all, some of these college players, they're taking a pay cut to come to the NFL. Shoot, he trying to get $4 million? Shoot. Hey, he can come to my Jackson State and throw that football around. Yeah, he come to Jackson State throwing that football around. I'm for real. But in life be life. And ladies and gentlemen, and you just got to know how to get beyond that, right? You got to know how to take those things upon yourself and grit yourself on everything, right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around this beautiful globe, before we open up the phone lines, let's listen to this. Y'all already know where I'm going with this, huh?
Hello, I'm Shannon Sharp. I would like to thank everybody for tuning to the Nightcap Podcast.
It won't make somebody laugh.
What up, Aunt? I went to the gas station, Ocho.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing the Loonies.
Okay, what song you were playing on?
I got 5 on it.
Okay.
I got out the car, Ocho. I went in to pay for my gas.
Okay.
You know, these mofos won't even take my $5 bills, Ocho.
Why they wouldn't take your money, huh?
Because the Lakers logo was on it.
I would never took it either.
She was eating the food, Ocho. You know why I told him, Ocho?
What you told him?
I don't care if you eat calamari at a party, at an African safari. Lakers in 5. I ain't playing with him, Ocho. I don't care if it's thunder up or yonder while you're listening to Stevie Wonder.
I believe he can see.
I know he can see, Ocho.
Say.
Lakers in 5. I remember I was a little boy, Ocho. My grandma used to tell me all the time, Ocho.
What she say, huh?
You can't play a player while you're playing the game.
Oh, I got to write that down. Hold on now.
I'll say it again for you, Ocho.
Take your time now.
Take your time.
You can't play a player while you're playing the game. Because why you busy trying to play a player, Ocho?
What you trying to do?
Guess what?
What up,
you going to forget you win the game.
Like you and Michelle?
That's what. Oh, now, come on now, Ocho. I thought we were past that, Ocho. But you know something? I hope Stephen A. watching this. Stephen A., I want you to hear this, Stephen A. I want you to listen to this 2 legs.
Y'all better listen up now.
The pig can on bad knee joints and a 3-point. Lakers in 5.
That boy got him down to the pack, even putting the Vaseline on the lips. But man, if you listening to this and you driving and someone else heard it and they want to know why you laughing and everything, and they swerve and they hit you, what you need to do here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, is you need to reach out to our partners right here.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214-817. All of the 3s you can dial. Now, unfortunately, if you don't have those phalanges to pick up the phone and call that number, you can always visit frenkelfirm.com. There are a team of experts of people that can still guide you and coordinate you with the best information. Be sure to reach out to our partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They're located here in the heart of Dallas. And keep in mind, we get about 9,000 individuals to move to this city. To this city. A month. That's a lot of folks. You do the math. One of the third fastest growing cities in these United States of America. So visit one of the best attorneys groups, Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Also, please reach out to Law Nation Sports, 657-390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind to get this Sunday going the best way possible. Reach out to me and we can get the conversation going. I got the first caller, the baller, from the 313. Cuddy, you're live on The Nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Law, what's going on, my man?
Not much, man. Man, all is well. I can't complain, bro. What you got for me?
Hey, man, listen, just trying to get closer to this draft, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, hey, first just start off that Lacey news, man. That's tragic, man. That is that hurt me that young man went into that. I thought we probably would be one of the teams that would have taken a chance on him in a later round if it went to that. You know, more first important, you know, prayers to he and his family, and you know that comes above football. But it just shocked me because I was literally the other day telling somebody like, hey, he should be on the radar.
Right.
His skills, which is elite. You know, so.
And that could be the eye opener, right? Sometimes things happen to someone so that you won't do it, right? And the Isaiah Bond situation, that's devastating for that girl and him to go through this right before the draft, right? So now he was considered second or third round to not even be drafted at all. And we talking about millions of dollars, time that's put in, you know. And granted, you know, we all been NDAs and all of this stuff. There's no statute of limitations on SA cases, so it could be somebody 30 years from now. They say, "Yeah, Cuddy, he put something in my drink, or he forced himself upon me," you know. And these players now, all they got is digital receipts as far as text messages, and if one side of the party scrapes and erase some text messages, right, and put it out to the forefront, now this is the court of public opinions now, right?
Right.
This is the court of social media. Nothing is done in courts anymore. So now his name is smeared. He getting people to talking about he done did X, Y, and Z things. And I'm praying for Isaiah Bond, right? I'm hoping that he don't go down the same pathway that this Karen Lacey kid. And I know there's difference between someone that lost their lives, what Karen went through, but now you're talking about Isaiah Bond, who probably never get his name back just because of one night of passion, right? That went wrong, right?
Yeah. It's messed up. Like, it's a cautionary tale, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's have to navigate through. So again, prayers to his family. But another thing I was going to ask you. So like, you know, we're looking at wide receiver, running back,
right?
And that wide receiver kind of analysis, right? I do think we need a guy with some size, you know, kind of put on the outside. But I feel we got to have some speed to stretch this field. I mean, we got guys that are working inside. I need a vertical. I need a guy that, you know what I mean, that DB's backing up. Somebody said, hey, you got to roll a safety over there, and this guy. That's what I'm looking for, you know. And who fits that? Is Golden the guy that fits that best, or what? I mean, obviously the speed time, but what's your take on that?
I mean, Golden will be nice on his team, but he don't have the statue far as size-wise. But Dante Thornton, if you look up his highlights and his tape and you watch what he can do, he can stretch the field, got good speed, good balance. He's tall, 6'4.5". He can run like a gazelle. I think that could be something that you can get in mid-rounds, right? But if you want to go earlier, I still like Trey Harris to a degree. I like Higgins. I like taller wide receivers if we don't get a T-Mac and if we don't get a Golden. I like Emeka. So it's a lot of things that can go into play, regardless of who we get in this draft. If we get a top 100 player, at least that would put some pressure on these wide receivers to perform. Now, Mingo, he's the unknown, right? Ron Flournoy. There's technically, in the regular season, outside of a good hustle play, right, on Ron Flournoy, there's really not a lot of bad tape on him if you really look back at his first season with the Cowboys last season. So there's an element of unknown.
Right. I get it. I mean, to one of your other points you said before, I do think you have to have a running back for balance. And I think that number 2 receiver is somebody that does have to be explosive. Maybe that's not your 12. Maybe that's your your second pick. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because Gentry's going to be gone. And there's a lot of talk about moving back. But let's tell you this, Law. A lot of people saying, well, we can move back 3-4 spaces. I'm like, yeah, but after you move back 3 or 4 spaces, how do you know what's going to happen to the board? How do you know those other teams you move forward, somebody else going to come and leapfrog them? They make deals. Because how many years have we seen the Eagles run and jump in front of us, make a pick? I mean, that's how they got Dallas Goedert. Remember that? They literally jumped in front of us to get him.
And that's why I would never get mad at a team. That if you trust yourself of what you believe on or in on a player, then just do it. There would not be 10 players that's going to start for this team out of this draft with these 10 draft picks.
True.
Yeah. But you can't get too cute. A little eyeshadow here, a little blush there, maybe, but too much makeup on the face. Hey man, let's go for a swim. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what she really look like. But at the end of the day, too much makeup is just not the right thing to do, Cowboys. So don't get too cute. Make sure you go in here. If you're gonna trade back on a few spots, not everything. You go ahead. What'd you say?
Wake up the next morning and scare the hell out of you.
Scare the hell out of you. Yeah.
Oh man, exactly. Can't too much makeup, man. Hey, Law, man, I just want to say I appreciate you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you all here for us, man, and breaking down things, giving us analysis, man. And even when you disagree with us,
right?
You invite the discord. You invite it. As long as it's respectful, man. So I appreciate you, bro. And man, don't tell me no more stories about a horse and a dog. That had me laughing and almost crying.
That dog my dog Nitro had that big energy, man. The horse was like, shoot, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to kick the hell out of him. I can never get that sound out of my mind.
Man, that had me laughing and crying, literally. I love dogs.
Man, me too, man.
I'm like, how the hell did that happen, man? So I appreciate you, bro. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. I'll stay on listening, man. Thanks.
No doubt, man. That's from the 313, my guy Cuddy. That's for what it is, man, and that dog was biting with all of them teeth. And we buried him in our backyard, too. So I hope that whenever, 10, 20 years from now, if somebody else purchased that land and get the house or what have you, that they look and that's another reason why I couldn't watch I rewatched Pet Sematary. Ooh, Pet Sematary felt like a real good movie because the way Pet Sematary, I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, but the way Pet Sematary layout of the newer version felt just like they was talking about my house, you know what I'm saying, that we grew up in. Because I'm so country, whereas you get off of a long highway road, you get off of that, and then you turn and it's a squiggly road. You get off of that, then you take a left, and there's another long, dark, arrowly road, and then you get off of that, then there's gravel. Then you go down the gravel road, and then there's my house, on 4.5 acres of land, right? Our dogs, we never had to put our dogs on chain. Dog houses, we opened the garage when it got cold. Our dogs were like outside dogs. when the mailman come, he already know, like, that damn dog, he gonna come after me. So that's just how it is, R.I.P. to Nitro. Pet Cemetery was wild, man. Shoot, it felt like a real thing, boy, when I saw that movie. Yeah, and they buried that cat. That cat came back, and the lady was just combing the cat hair, and the cat hair falling off on the comb and everything. Yeah. I said, man, Pet Cemetery. They pull these movies from actual events, too, by the way. Sure, I can believe that. But the next conversation we have here is, before I let the next caller on, RJ Ochoa says the last 10 Cowboys second-round draft picks. And we're going to go from Randy Gregory. These are the historical data that we went through. Randy Gregory, if he played in this time of the season with the new rules, I think he would have been a hit. Jalen Smith, we got one good year out of Jalen. One good year. Cheeto Awuzie, we was in between changing philosophies and things. And the moment I thought that it would work for him, he got hurt, and he went on to another team. Made it to the Super Bowl, by the way. But now I think that y'all let me know where Cheeto Awuzie is at. Connor Williams. My thing is, I think he played tackle in college. They kicked him inside, and he was light in the britches. He was more of a liability than an asset for us. Connor Williams. And then when he got rid of him, he went to the Miami team, and they moved him at center, and he was phenomenal for them. Tristan Hill, we just talked about this earlier on the show. Devastating pick for us. We had tons of people that we could have went and got. It just never panned out with Tristan Hill. We have Trayvon Diggs. He's carrying our second-round draft picks in the last 10 years, basically. Kelvin Joseph. Just never really got on the same page, man. Had a death thing to happen, whether or not he was indicted or not, and whether he was in the vehicle or not. Someone lost their lives. Someone lost their life dealing with some shape and form of capacity of a Kelvin Joseph, right? I'm not saying that he pulled the trigger, but he was in the mix. And that's bad news. One of my coaches, when we were growing up, named Doc Woods, he said, if the smoke keep following you, then not everybody's lying. Something about you, that danger things that keep happening, meaning that it's either the company that you keep or the area that you are in, and you need to change your environment. Meaning that Doc Woods was trying to tell folks when we was growing up that be aware of the company you keep, because they can be like smoke. They can follow you. And it's hard for you to get rid of that smell. When you are surrounded by smoke, you're going to have to purge yourself into another environment, right? And who out there been around someone that all they do is carry the smoke with them, right? And that's somehow, some shape, form, or fashion is what Kelvin Joseph did here, right? Not saying that he was guilty or innocent, but he had smoke around him, all right? Sam Williams. I'm looking for Sam Williams to have a breakout year. Matter of fact, let me clear off this entirety of this board right here. And I can say that these three players have the ability to change the outcome. Oh, Cheeto's now with the Ravens? Okay, that's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Doc Woods is a cool name. Yeah. Yeah. Doc Woods is a real legend. Yeah. And I'm telling you, he's a real legend, dog, And show me your friends. Leon L says that. These three guys in a possible have a chance to change the way we view the Cowboys and their second round draft picks. They have every capability. If Marshawn Nealon on the high end give me 9 to 10 sacks, oh my gosh, man, that would be monumental for this team, right? But on the low end, if he give us 2 or 3, then he'll fall right back in that category of us wasting a second-round draft pick. Marshawn Nealon and Sam Williams, the same person. A second-round draft pick that's in this edge room, right? And if Sam Williams can give us 10 to 11 sacks on the high end, woo! Don't y'all know what that do for this team? And if Schoonmaker, man, give us about 4 or 5 touchdowns in the red zone, right? That'll work good for you, all right? But we can look at this list and say, man, there's not a lot of people that you running up to and say, yeah, man, that was a damn good second-round draft pick, man, and he did wonders for us outside of Trayvon Diggs. And we waiting for Trayvon Diggs to arrive for this season to see what he's going to do for us, right? Outside of that, here are the Cowboys' last 10 first-round draft picks, right? And your mans, I ain't going to go over all of the people that we passed up in the second round to get those list of guys. But we went from Byron Jones, who we toyed with his career, from a cornerback to a safety to a slot. He played all 3 of them, and we were banging the table telling everybody he's a cornerback. He's so indecisive when he got free space in front of him. You got to be a press corner for Byron Jones. He utilized his length and his sneaky speed capabilities. He ran the fastest 40 time, I believe, on the field. On the field, like actually on the field. Not during combine or any of those things. I think he ran like a 21, 23, 24 miles per hour on one play. The man was nice, but we played him wrong, in the wrong spot. I would still give Byron Jones a little grace here. He wasn't a bad pick because we picked him in the latter ends of the draft there for our first-round draft pick. Ezekiel Elliott. The NFL had an axe to grind. They tried to clean up their image, and they was looking for a person that they can set the example by. And why not, if you America's team, right, why not point to this person and say, hey, let's denigrate him? He had no fault. Cameron, Kia Roberts, she said, I see no fault in him. And the Cowboys still were under the mercy of being suspended by him. He's been suspended by the NFL for 6 games. I don't know about you all, but that's the first time in NFL history to suspend and hold something against a player from what he did in 2015 to be a punishment for 2017. People fail to realize momentum, inertia, centrifugal forces is a real thing. All of those things are a real thing. And for what the NFL did, I think that all Cowboy fans should be able to file a class action lawsuit. 6 games. We finished that season 9-7 in 2017. The NFL stopped the momentum that we should have had. Zeke can never get those 6 games back. And we know football is a game of inches. And they sullied and they denigrated that kid. And there's still, to this day, not a single mugshot of him. So we should be able to say, man, this was a real good draft pick for us. It's saddening my heart to what the NFL did to us, diehard Cowboy fans. I guarantee you, if we finish 2017 9-7, Zeke is at least, at minimum, a +4. That momentum you can carry out into the postseason, and who knows, you can catch wildfire, and things can happen in the postseason. But we would never know. But the NFL stood into that and messed that up for that young kid. He lost millions of dollars. Taco Charlton. I will say this is just a terrible draft pick right there. Leighton Vander Esch. He gave us 2018, and that was it, right? Nothing to brag home about. The trade for Amari Cooper was necessary. But the Cowboys fought themselves with the person that they traded for. I can't make this stuff up. The man took $6 million less, and they treated him like dog water. I think that was still a good acquisition. CeeDee Lamb, good acquisition. Micah Parsons, good acquisition. Tyler Smith, good acquisition. Boy, we on a roll 3 times in a row, baby. And then Mozzie. If Mozzie can't push through a wet paper bag, man, we are in dire trouble. Trouble with this 2023 draft pick, because we could have went to another direction with that pick. And Tyler Guyton, oh, Lord. I'm hearing good things about Tyler Guyton. Cuddy says that they were too set on LVE. Yeah, with that pick. Yeah, and they telegraphed it. Literally, there's video of me 2 days before the draft when I got that certain FBI, CIA call. I announced that the Cowboys will be drafting Leighton Vander Esch. Not to be the Ray J. I'm not that dude. Said I hit it first. But yeah, they was gung-ho on LVE. Yeah. But Tyler Guyton, there's still a big reservations there, and we can't wait to see what he's going to bring for the 2025 season. And they say he's even bigger. He's literally our biggest offensive lineman. It's crazy how big we think Tyler Smith is. And then you see Tyler Smith next to Tyler Guyton. You're like, how is that even possible? He makes Tyler Guyton make Tyler Smith look small. Jeez. All right, I got from the 469 Lokes, man. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got for me?
Yo, good afternoon on this great Sunday. Beautiful day, Law.
Appreciate you.
Hey, many blessings to you and your family. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep grinding.
Appreciate you, man.
But just my one bean, and I'll let you go, man. Genty, McLean, and Hampton would be great fits for now, right? But there's always ifs, right? We just got to be prepared, because that's the model we got to live by. If these three are off the board by pick 12, I would definitely start calling teams 1 through 32 to move back, because there's still depth for the next 2 rounds, and I would like to get assets where we're lacking in our strengths for a decent competitive rotation, whether that be linebacker, O-line, safety, wide receiver, etc. Because, there's names like Carson from UCLA, Xavier Watts, Darian Porter, Iowa State, Knight Jr. from South Carolina. The names out there that you can still go get and double dip, right? But I just want to get your thoughts, Law Nation. If those 3 are off the board, would you be willing to move back?
Yeah, I'll be willing to move back. If those 3 are off the board, I'd be willing to move back. Yeah, I'll be willing to move back, bro. For real.
Yeah, and I'll just real quickly. I'm just gonna give you my pick so you can see why I say that, because we were wiped out. And I'm just gonna go in order, like Ward, Carter, Sanders, Hunter, Campbell, Genty, Graham. McLean goes to Panthers. Dart, Hampton goes to the Bears, and Jalen Walker goes to San Francisco.
Gosh. Man.
But yeah, that's all I have, Law. But yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on that, and keep doing your great things, man. Peace
Appreciate
out.
you, man. Thank you. Good call from you, bro. I agree, man. But you just don't want to trade back too far into it. Let me see. All right. Let me go to the 318. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me. 318.
Hey, Law.
Yeah, what's good, man? What's good?
Hey, what's up? This is Cowboy for Life since 1972. Me
Since
and you about in the same range.
1972, man. Come on with it.
I seen a bunch of stuff. But look, I want to tell you one thing, man. I want to let you know, I thank you for not going corporate. You still provide great analysis, but you're still a Cowboy fan. You DCL for life, and that's appreciative. Just wanted to let you know that. So many times these guys dog out the Cowboys, but without the Cowboys, they wouldn't have a career.
Facts. Yeah, I like that. They would not have a career.
Put it over there.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have a career.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith.
About the Cowboys.
Stephen A. The whole ESPN crew in Fox.
I'm talking about local media.
Local media too. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but what I was gonna say is, when the last time, you can answer this, when the last time have we had bona fide 1A, 1B wide receivers, people they don't want to talk about this, but we never had a great tight end since Witten kept messing up things when he unretired. When the last time we had a great tight end?
Oh, wow. I think Jason Witten would be the last great, tight end that we have, even though he ran off Martellus Bennett, Marty B. I think that Marty B, the problem was with him is that coaching couldn't contain him. They didn't know how to utilize him, right?
That's true.
So that's an issue there. But far as 1A, 1B, far as wide receivers, we tried it a little bit. We tried it a little bit with hey, damn. I'm thinking about it.
Think about it. 16,
Terry Glenn and T.O. was nice. Oh, that was nice, bro. That was nice. That was a nice combination. RP to Terry Glenn. That was what, 07?
Yeah, that was back in, yeah.
And then our third wide receiver was what's the guy's name? Bald-headed guy. Patrick Creighton, right? PC. That was a good unit. That was a good mix up right there,
Well, we didn't have a bad 2016 unit wasn't bad.
Who was it? Who was the 16? Was
Dez and Terrence Williams, Mr. Cologne, man.
T Will, man, to me, man, T Will was great for what Romo was able to do, right? And for what to what Dak was able to do in that year as well. But let's be real. T. Will was a bona fide number 3 wide receiver that was forced to be a number 2.
Okay.
Right. Like really nobody was like, oh man, that T. Will. Like for what we were seeing, and I hate to bring this up, for what we were seeing out of Peyton Manning's career, like Reggie Wayne and things, and Marvin Harrison, like that was a group of wide receivers that you can say, all right, cool. Or to a degree, Jamar Chase and Higgins. That's something that people fail to realize. Them weapons, like Jalen Hurts to a degree, to have AJ and Smitty, that's a tandem, bro. Like we can go down the list of like teams with good wideouts committee. To a degree, even over there in Buccaneers land, Evans and Godwin and all of those people, man. So we haven't had that here, bro.
Yeah, and the thing we hadn't had either with Witten kept messing up, unretiring as a tight end. We had an all-pro tight. I mean, think about these teams you're calling. Goddard, tight end, right? Kansas City, tight end. I mean, everybody talk about Mahomes is this and that. Yeah, he is great, but guess what? They still go out and get him weapons every year. Yeah. Every year. That in the last couple Super Bowls, hadn't been for Chris at the defensive tackle. I mean, that would probably been a different scenario, you know. But the point I'm calling to say is that we as Cowboy fans, I mean, we always want to criticize our team, but we won't criticize the owner and say, hey, why don't we have these weapons? I mean, we hadn't had another wide receiver. Mari Cooper was the only for 1 year with CeeDee Lamb, and then they got rid of him, right? Yeah. But we still ain't had that tight end. And what about the running back? I mean, Zeke was good for up until about 5 years after that. Like you said, with that suspension, that was wrong. I mean, that just took his mojo. He was never the same when he came back from Cabo. He was never the same.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just hope we go ahead and get a good wide receiver in the draft. I mean, what's your thoughts?
Just give us that, man. Give us that good wide receiver in the draft, like lethal combination. And I get some people saying, nah, T. Will was a true number 2. Like name me the team that he, like, for what we talking about is that most teams now have 2 ones as their, you know what I'm saying, tandems, right? Like name me a team that T. Will would go on and be a starter at. You know what I'm saying? Like people fail to realize that, like, that's Romo magic to get T. Will to where he's at, and Dak to T. Will was okay, but T. Will was legitimate, real true, a real good number 3 wide out. You know, but I get it. I ain't beating him up. He's no longer in the league, but it's just for what it is, man. The Cowboys, we do overinflate our players, our own players, and I'm not beating up any of our guys, but.
No, me either.
Yeah. T. Will's better than Cavante Turpin, though.
Well, he's taller for sure. Right?
Yeah, he's better than Turpin. Hey, give me a prime T. Will right now, though. I'll take that. I don't give a dog.
Well, I just want to see improvement at the tight end position, wide receiver position, the draft for running back and a wide receiver, and then get the offense set like it needs to, and quit, you know, I mean, our fans just want to beat up everybody. I mean, man, come on, get the guys a chance. I mean, I've been watching the Cowboys since 71, 72.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I remember when they was fighting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks.
No doubt. Yeah,
anyway, brother,
appreciate you, man.
I just wanted to call in.
No doubt, man. Good call from you, fam.
Well, lock me in, man. Herman from Arkansas.
Hold on. Sit tight then. Hold on. Herman from Arkansas. Appreciate you, man.
All right, brother.
Good.
Have a great one.
Goodbye.
That was the last caller, too, by the way. Cowboy Nation. Boy, we didn't. Miles Austin was really good, man. I blame the damn Kardashians, man. They wore them legs out, didn't they? Shoot. That boy, that damn Miles Austin got wore out, man. T. Will was a body catcher, not a hands attack guy. My favorite play from T. Will, he was the first 2 feet, sweet feet guy, you know. I believe it was 2017. We played against the Ravens. He caught that pass on the edge. I was like, yeah, T. Will, nice with it, you know. He did a great big play in 2014, right, against the Detroit Lions. It felt as if though he was falling the entire time for 30 yards and scored a touchdown. His speed was pretty nice, man. He would go outside the strip clubs, take your shoes off and race folks, man. So, yeah, shout out to T. Will, man. But Miles Austin was good. Roy Williams messed up everything when he got here because I don't know why we spent all of those resources for Roy Williams, man. And he tried to do the big brother thing for Dez or what have you. But can y'all imagine if egos didn't go into place right there? Can y'all imagine if we had a young Dez Bryant and Terrell Owens? That would have been crazy good for us, man. Y'all love some Bryce Butler. Shout out to Bryce Butler, man. We got some things that we might be brewing around the future up with Bryce Butler, but appreciate him. I hate to run up out of here, man. I think that this was a phenomenal show. I thank everybody, man, for tuning in. I love y'all to the stars and back, Cowboy Nation. Enjoy y'all Sundays, man, and count y'all blessings, man. Life is lifing. We all go through something. We all been through something. We all had dark days. We had light days. We had mid days. But the best day is just keeping one day at a time and just fight to be 1% better. Just fight to be 1% better. And when you are 1% better and fighting to be that, all of a sudden, by being 1% better, it's 365 days in a year, you can look back at life and say, man, at the tip of the year, man, I'm 365% better, baby. And that's the name of the game. If we offended anyone, man, please charge it to my beard, not my heart. There will be more and more things coming around. I promise y'all, I'm working 24/7. Shout out to you, D'Angelo, for dropping some stars off to the nation. I'm working 24/7. There are moments in time that greatness will be upon you, right? But you got to approach it on a casual casual approach. There will be many losses. I told the youth yesterday when we was at the event, I asked them, what do you want to do? One guy said he wanted to be a coder, right? The other guy said, hey, I would like to go into trade. And he ain't talking about trading stocks. He said he want to be like a welder or a plumber, you know, or someone. Shout out to you, Halle, 420. You come on with it. Yeah. And I told him, put your mind to it and you will be able to do it. One kid, I said, what do you want to do? What you want to be? I don't know, man. Because I was talking to some of the kids that was in the juvenile system, going in and out. And I told him, I said, what is your hobby? What do you like to do? And he looked me in my eyes and said, man, my passion is to just play the games. Well, I said, man, people making millions of dollars playing the games. Put the camera on it. Document your life. And the correctional officer that was with these kids, mentoring these kids, they pulled them from the juvenile system, right? To listen to the word. He pulled me to the side and said, man, you just don't know, man. These kids, some of them don't have souls. They lifeless inside. But you was able to pull something out of him. Let me tell you about his story. His father molested his little brother. Same blood. And when he got caught, he burned the whole damn house down. He got out, but his mom died and his little brother died. And he just been wandering around with lifeless activity, holding all of those aggressions inside. So he would fight the teacher. He pulled a knife out on one of the students at the school. And they had to dismiss him. They sent him to the juvenile correction facility. But he said, man, Law, by you talking to him, I never seen him spark the way he did, talking about what he would like to do for a living. So that's what we are doing here, out there, talking to the youth. We don't know everybody's story. I don't know if you guys been down that road of your father burning down the house after he got caught up by molesting his own offspring and killing his wife and ultimately turning the gun on himself. I don't know y'all's story, but I do know this right here. Stay focused. Understand that just take it one day at a time. You never know who's going to bring you your flowers. You never know who's going to elevate you to the next direction. I told them, I always say this at the end. There's two most important days of your life. The day you was born and the day you realize your purpose. That kid stood up and said, yeah, I know what I can do now. If you can do it, I can do it. And are you related to James Harden? I told him no. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither the cold or the poverty or the fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you all away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, guess what? You will get it. So what is it? If we didn't generate any content for this page yesterday, I would sacrifice it all to save one person, to change their mind, to give them hope. You know what hope stands for, Cowboy Nation? Hold on, pain is ending. And being able to use my mouth to be able to uplift the youth is everything, Cowboy Nation. Regardless of whether or not this team win, lose, or draw, y'all know Law Nation will be here in the mix with you all. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Come on with it, baby. Appreciate you. It's always a bigger picture than this game. Yeah. Come on.
No drip this. Tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest.
Come on.
Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it on. I wake up.
Law Nation.
No drip this.
If we offended anyone, please, please, please charge it to my head, not my heart.
But first I stretch.
Come on. Shout out to the new members. Come on.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
All right.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on with it, Law Nation, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip this, tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell 'em run it on. I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check.
Come on.
No drip this, tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell 'em run it on. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Alright.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried.
Until next time, DC for life. Come on, baby! Pain. The truth is spoken.
Swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up
to my name. I wake up, yeah. Law Nation. Shout out to your sister. Shout out to your Uncle Charles. Shout out to your Gracia. Alita la raza mucho. Elegante Cowboy. Come on. Come on. And what we tell them, baby? What is your profession? Law Nation, baby.